be complete again. You got me. I only came back to get something I left behind. It goes really well with my giant robot. What I need friends for when I've got this? I'm unstoppable! It's just like old times.
Hi there, it's Chris. I'm so sorry for that god-awful trailer-esque intro. Like, I was trying to cook, but like, I don't know how well that's gonna go. I'm hoping well. Besides the fact it was very terrible, it does highlight a few things I'm going to be talking about today. So like, I'm hella active on my community tabs, usually oversharing bits and stuff I'm doing in my life on them. And vaguely in a post I made yesterday, as of time of recording, I mentioned I do in fact have a big video in the works. This is that video, hooray! And for it being such a video is more the fact that I hadn't got round to actually making it until now, mostly because I've been busy and, well, just kind of not done it. So I'm just like immediately gonna hop into it. So I'm gonna first obviously clarify that it's gonna be split, just so it's like easier to understand what the hell I'm going on about at points. So yeah. So 2 weeks ago on my community posts, I revealed that I did these sort of fanon redesigns of the future EDDSWORLD characters from the episode What the Future. It's one of my favorite episodes. I really like the whole idea of time travel. I mean, fucking hell, one of my favorite films ever is Back to the Future. And not too long after, I did this piece of artwork for my version of Toad, or Red Fury, as you can see on the art piece, in which, if you've seen the title and thumbnail, he's a big focus of today, so get used to seeing this little motherfucker's face. Oh, sorry, I meant more like his helmet, but like, it's basically his face at this point, come on. So, basically, the whole idea of today is I'm explaining the fact that I actually have created, in fact, my own AU. So, in the case you don't know what an AU is, an AU stands for Alternate Universe, in which it's sort of same characters, but slightly different plot points, personality traits, in some cases, just the characters themselves are a bit different, but in turn, the source material is still somewhat present. And that's kind of the same for my AU here. And like, I'm really proud of all my work, and I really want it to become like a big part of like this channel. So I've decided I'm going to basically tell you a bit about it, as well as to accompany it. I have like a lot of like sketches and stuff of like the characters. So for the context of this AU, everything's basically kind of the same, except there's a few minor changes to the plot points in the end, and well, obviously everything in the place of what the future is kind of different. The main one I want to highlight is obviously character designs, which Todd basically looks the same, except I kind of incorporated his 2004 hoodie with his obviously legacy design a bit. But obviously I put a few of my own headcanons in there, because like, this is my AU. You're kind of gonna have to expect I'm gonna put my headcanons in here a bit. And obviously, compared to the rest of the characters, I'm extremely proud of his design, because obviously it's the most different, since we technically don't have a canon version of what Red Leader kind of looks like. I don't think, at least. Don't trust my words there. But definitely the most notable change is obviously his helmet, in which in a minute I will get onto why he has that. But more first, I wanted to talk about him more as a character. So he still retains some similar personality traits. He's very he retains his like more trigger happy side, but he's also quite like stern and serious, obviously, because well, he has trauma. And also the fact he's now a basic leader of an army, a whole army in his name. Like, he has to have that stern like ability to show his army that he has that power, and he definitely has that. Like, he has the respect of his soldiers, and because of it, he doesn't need to be as stern. He's a bit more laid back in his own personal time, but he's still obviously got like that sense of respect around him. He's very good at controlling a room. He's like, he just has a powerful and intimidating appearance, and that's mostly because of his mask and everybody knowing what happened to him. Basically, if you're planning on double crossing him, you're basically fucked. Touching back on the trauma that's relating to why he has the helmet in the first place. So in the context of the end part 2, he goes to leave to obviously go take over the world. But if you've seen the episode, you know Tom stops him by shooting him down out of the sky with a harpoon gun, which does in fact cause the robot to in fact explode, leaving everyone to think that he has in fact died. But he actually does live, but sustains quite a great injury to his arm and the right side of his face, in which, in the rubble of the robot exploding, he finds one of the arms that was used to hit him earlier. And it's kind of implied that he uses this as a replacement arm for his own that he lost. But in my AU, this actually leaves much more of like a traumatic effect on him. More for the fact that he actually failed to do what he set out to do. And because of this, he believes himself to have been a failure and basically failed at what he did. In which he kind of has a split from himself and decides he doesn't want to associate himself with Horde. So he basically refuses to go by that name and chooses to hide his appearance most of the time. And strictly asks all his soldiers to refer to him as Red Fury. He does not like going by his name at all. Yet, despite not referring to his name, he obviously still has like those memories and stuff of his past life and still retains part of his personality. Like, he believes to himself to have disassociated it, but it really isn't the case. But I just personally wanted to explore like the effect it could have on somebody, because obviously that was in the end part 2, that was quite like a traumatic thing to happen to a guy. And well, I have a feeling, because it's Eddsworld's not like a serious, dead serious show like that, we wouldn't really get that. So let me feed you all with some delicious angst. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna just feed you all with angst. I'm kind of silly myself, to be honest. But there were a few moderate changes to how the Red Army looked. Mostly like the uniform and stuff. I do have my own designs. They'll be put on the screen. But also, Paul and Patrick are irrelevant characters to this AU as well. Obviously being the only other named Red Army soldiers that were in the canon. But in my AU, Paul was appointed to be second in command to Red Fury, and which they will also be relevant in like my other little sillies. But I just want to clarify that I do in fact ship Poltrick, so like if you all don't like that ship, I'm sorry, I do, so you might see a bit of that. However, like I clarified, I don't really ship anything else, so if you're looking for the ship content, you probably won't find anything else besides that. However, the main three as well are kind of relevant. They do get their attention, just probably not as often. I mean, Tom and Matt kind of do, because, well, also in the lore context, Red Fury essentially forced them to join him and appointed Tom as his bodyguard. Less out of trust, more the fact that he sees him as expendable and it's a fitting punishment in his eyes for nearly killing him. In which Tom still does hold a pretty big grudge against him, but keeps it very non-verbal around him, obviously because he doesn't want to be killed. But he still has some kind of passive aggression towards him when he's speaking, but Red Fury chooses to ignore it, obviously because he's a good bodyguard, and if he's about to get shot, he can literally just throw Tom in the way. However, as for Ed, similar to What the Future, he's more of a wanted criminal, obviously, because he's, well, in a way, Todd's biggest enemy. Sorry, me and Red Fury, misnaming him myself. Because in this version, Todd and Ed were closer as friends, so in a way, Ed would be the only person who can talk sense to him, and Red Fury sees this as a threat, in which is why Red Fury did the cola ban in the first place, in hopes it would maybe drive Ed away from where they were, and, well, it didn't really. If anything, it made it more likely he would show up to, like, obviously try and get either it lifted or to steal a time device, in which he does. But yeah, like I mentioned, most of like all this is probably going to be in like silly story form. Maybe I'll even do like some serious ones if like the urge to make those kind of animatic things somehow hits me like a tow truck. Because instead of actually making this little video, I had planned on maybe doing something similar to that, but the motivation was not there, bro. Who knows, maybe it will encourage me. I'm definitely going to be doing like speed paints and stuff, because they've been doing me so well, and like, oh my god, I love how well the speed paints have been doing. It's been making me so happy, Because, like I mentioned, it's like such a big thing I've been working on. This is such a big video I have planned. I really want to make use of this AU. So besides maybe the occasional voiceover and like some unrelated speed paints and stuff like that, maybe unrelated videos, that my channel's going to be basically surrounded a lot with this AU. Again, I'm just really proud of it, want to show it off. I'm happy to just share my creation with the internet. And like, I know actually talking about like the good juice of the lore wasn't that big. It's just I'm hard to focus on actually talking about something for so long. Happy and free to answer questions if you do in fact have any. So if you have any, you can like tag me in the comments. If you know me on Discord, you can like yell at me. Terrible at coming online, but I will hopefully eventually get round to it. But thank you for actually listening to me, app. I hope you all enjoyed this AU as much as I like enjoy creating it. It's an ongoing thing, so like another reason why there's not too much talk about it is because I'm still currently working on it. I just have the roots done, and even then that could change. Designs are still like iffy. I'm a bit iffy on some designs. So like all I'm saying is don't be surprised if a few things change, but I'm mostly going to be talking about it on my community posts, less in videos, because well, like I mentioned, I get really busy and like community posts are just kind of easier to like do on the daily, even if it doesn't let me make that many, which I'm still mad about. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it won't be long till my next one. I know they're kind of inconsistent recently. Again, thank you so much for nearly 6,000 views and nearly 40 subscribers. Feels so long ago when I was literally just praising the fact I got 1k. Now that's nearly 6 times as much. I love you all so much. You all are so dear to me. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.